American suburbs are built on a specific promise: safety. Most residents expect quiet streets, neighborhood barbecues, and a profound distance from the kind of violence reported in foreign conflict zones. But on a Tuesday evening in Houston, Texas, a 14-year-old girl watched from behind her living room curtains as three masked men dragged her father out of his pickup truck. They forced him to his knees on the front lawn. Despite his pleas for his daughter's sake, they fired multiple rounds into his chest and drove off. The execution took place on a manicured lawn on a random Tuesday, bringing a style of brutality once confined to foreign soil directly into a Texas neighborhood. Investigators identified the killers as members of Tren de Aragua, a hyper-violent transnational gang originating in Venezuela. The coordination of the Houston hit suggested that local law enforcement was facing a network with resources and intent that far exceeded the scope of a typical street-level criminal group. To understand the group's reach, you have to look at its origin point, a notoriously violent prison in Aragua, Venezuela. Over the last several years, operatives took advantage of the South American migration crisis to bypass border infrastructure and establish a foothold inside the United States. From the border, they branched out rapidly. They established operational nodes in major cities, including New York, Miami, and Denver. Their primary revenue strategy involves targeting vulnerable, newly arrived immigrants, forcing them into human trafficking rings or localized drug sales. Their operations also include sophisticated digital extortion.
In Chicago, the gang kidnapped a business owner and tortured him for over 2 weeks until his family paid a $500,000 ransom in Bitcoin. This evidence from a federal seizure shows the scale of their racketeering. They move high-volume shipments of fentanyl and cocaine along major U.S. highways, often hiding the product inside standard delivery trucks. The combination of extreme violence and sophisticated cross-country logistics pushed the U.S. government to transition from local task forces to a coordinated national security response. On July 6, 2026, the Department of Justice unsealed a federal indictment against 8 key members of Tren de Aragua. The legal foundation for this move was the State Department's official designation of the group as a foreign terrorist organization. This designation allows prosecutors to use charges like narcoterrorism and material support, which are specifically designed to dismantle the leadership of international syndicates.
By utilizing these statutes, the government can prosecute anyone providing money or logistics to the group, even if those individuals were not present at the scene of a crime. The indictment marks a significant evolution in federal strategy, applying the nation's most severe anti-terror laws to an organized crime group for the first time. This legal shift coincides with Operation Hardball. Under Attorney General Merrick Garland, federal agents have arrested over 370 members of the group nationwide within an 18-month window. The search continues for the top leaders. The FBI is currently offering $50,000 rewards for information leading to the capture of fugitives still evading federal custody. The scale of the arrests and the nature of the charges have ignited a heated debate in Washington over national security. Conservative lawmakers have used the case to demand a total immigration shutdown. Meanwhile, their counterparts argue for focused prosecution of criminals, while warning against the broad labeling of all Venezuelan migrants. The 8 accused leaders currently face mandatory life sentences or the death penalty, with their trial scheduled to begin in early 2027. The outcome of that trial will serve as a high-stakes test for U.S. border policy and the government's ability to combat a new era of domestic threats.